All right,
Maybe
so we
your
got this
personal-
recording now. We're
Okay.
good to go. So hi, everyone out there in Facebook world. We're here today with Booth Life. We got Sahara and Tisha and Cody, my man, all right? And we're going to be asking them some questions. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world today, part of my interview series. So I really wanted to talk to these guys today because they're doing some really, really cool stuff. I hope you guys got a chance. I shared it a whole bunch last weekend of some of the stuff we're doing. We're going to get into that as well. But first and foremost, I want to ask Booth Life, what is the company and what is it that you guys do?
I mean, it's really a tough question because we kind of have our hands in a lot of different pots right now. Just trying to be inventive and creative as much as we can. But first and foremost, we're an event and DJ artist management company. So we supply entertainment and host events.
That's the basics right there. I mean, Cody, you DJ for it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm part of the entertainment part of that whole subject, but I come up with some cool ideas from time to time.
And that's your girl Sahara, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You're a mixologist, bartender, star-tender, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's always fun. That's always fun. That's where Tisha and I met, so that everybody knows. We ran stage crew for Life, Blue Life.
Yeah, long time.
She was in the Palm Beach adult entertainment bar staff.
Yeah. So we all used to be in Palm Beach together, and that's where we met. And they're in Nashville now. I'm outside of Reno now, so that way everybody knows where we're at. And as far as how everything's going with Booth Life, how would you guys say that this whole shutdown pandemic thing has affected you guys? And I'll let each one of you take a turn to kind of answer that, because I mean it's a huge question.
Yeah, definitely a huge question. I mean, it's affected us immediately. Probably, I mean, we thought it would affect us a little bit earlier. We got pretty lucky to complete one of our last bar crawls, which was on March 14th. We're still having huge hiccups with that. We deal with Eventbrite a lot, and everything immediately was shut down. So no payments, even if we had donations, which ironically enough, we were doing it for a fundraiser too, both of them for the tornado that came through here. So even the donations we got, everything was immediately frozen. So that affected us like very, very early in the stages of all this. On top of the SEC was being hosted here. So we had contracts with ESPN. Cody was booked to DJ at the Valentine for the Kentucky college. Like their whole party was booked with us and Booth Life and Cody and ESPN. We were a watch party center, and everything just crumbled like before our eyes. We were booked with A-Tracks. Cody was going to close. We had that account with Nashville Underground, and immediately A-Tracks was like, you know what? Like, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not getting on the plane. So, I mean, we had gig after gig just removed from our calendar, and it was very hard and very fast. So I feel like that was super hard to cope with and understand what was going on. From there, we just tried to turn it into live streams and be as proactive as we can by scheduling and rescheduling our events, even though we can't pick a date. So it's super hard, but I mean, we felt it quick. So I mean, you can probably follow that.
I flew in from Florida about a week before the 14th to just get prepared, and also I've been transitioning from Florida to Nashville. So as you can imagine, it was really intense how quickly everything happened. Within days of me being back into Nashville, we were already getting updates of people closing. Like she said, we were able to do our last bar crawl, but everything faded away very, very quickly. We had a party scheduled for Sunday that got canceled. Sunday morning got canceled. And then from there on out, it's literally been us just grinding at home for the last 3 weeks. But I did make the move. We're being productive as we possibly can, trying to be innovative, working on different live streams, different interview ideas, stuff like that. Just trying to broaden our horizons while we have to sit still for the next month and a half and prepare for what's to come in the future, and just kind of use the time wisely.
Definitely. I mean, you guys pretty much answered my question. I mean, I still want to let Sahara go as well because that's a different perspective from being somebody that's behind a bar. Now, I was behind a bar before this for a long time, and I even owned a bar for a little bit. I got rid of the bar, and I'm not really sure what I'd be doing right now. So, from a bartender's perspective, from somebody behind the bar, like, how do you feel that this is affecting you?
With the whole situation, I mean, luckily enough, what my employers were doing, they were just cutting back on capacity and only letting like a few people into the restaurant at a time. But then I want to say by like the 21st of March, that's when the Florida governor was just like, everything is only to go, and that was it. All of my employers were just like, sign up for unemployment, and we don't know when we're going to open up, and that was pretty much it. That's
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I've talked to so many people during this time that have kind of reached out to me as well from industry, our industry fam, and especially on the bartender side. A lot of them have gone, hey, what are you doing to make money, or what do you got going on that I might be able to get involved with? Because not only do I not have a job now because the bar or restaurant or club or whatever I was working at is done, but a lot of those bars don't know if they're even going to make it through this, especially after the extension. And so that to me, I mean, somebody like Tisha who does a lot of events and stuff, she can get back going to events as soon as they're open. And even if a few places shut down, yeah, she's still going to be able to do events. Somebody like Cody, he can do, put his name in the hat to DJ. It is going to make it a little bit harder when you have, instead of 2 or 3 DJs trying to DJ at one spot, now you got 15. But, you're a talented guy, and as far as a bartender, yeah, you got talent, but you can only fit in so many slots, So
especially when it's closed.
Yeah.
It's been a huge concern. My next question you guys pretty much answered, but I'm still going to do it anyways, was, what are you guys really doing to overcome and kind of adapt during this time, especially since we don't know how long this is going to be? I mean, they say April 30th, but I've watched stuff that says this might go all summer. So what are you guys really doing to kind of adapt and switch gears, if you will, to, make some stuff happen, make some income, and still bring to the table, entertainment?
I mean, first and foremost, like, we still were focused on our fundraiser. To me, even if I have $1 in my bank account, I'm still going to go through with our commitment with what we promised to do for the industry fam here. There's hundreds of people who are bartenders who still have no homes that are in shelters because of this tornado. So I feel like that was still our number one goal. We've adapted more by doing online live streams, which obviously we've never really done before. I mean, I probably didn't sleep for 9 days straight, trying to code and learn, and I build websites too for a living, and I know you have a lot to do with that as well, with SEO and everything in the background with coding on the back end of a website. And to me, my mind was just blown on how many software programs there is out there that you have to physically code to get a live stream to restream to all these other accounts. So, I mean, that was probably number one thing we did to adapt quickly, as fast as possible. And it's just been super hard. I mean, other than that, turning in our what we would do in real life, obviously a festival, we did it online. So instead we hosted the 36 hours worth of live music. We didn't miss a beat. If we had technical issues, we kept going. We filled slots if something happened. So I feel like we still provided that 36 hours of live music to lift everyone's spirits. And again, we did that for donations. We didn't do that for ourselves. So we've been trying to adapt that way, and obviously merch too. And I feel like, any business plan should start off with at least 5 streams of revenue. So we've kind of adapted that into an online market to at least where we know, okay, we can now sell merchandise. We can push our donations through, 5 different channels, and trying to work with Eventbrite, who is doing online help and promotion for online events only. And then really just reaching out to any news outlet that will hear us and that will talk to us, because I feel like the more airtime we get, that's how we're adapting by, getting our name out there more. Before, of course, I would email people and I would let them know what we're doing, but I kind of relied on SEO more now where I'm trying to adapt and like, okay, like we need to get the news involved and we need to get our name out there more. So I feel like that's personally what I've done.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I feel like the networking thing has been huge for us too, because you know, Tisha has a million contacts and it just continues to grow. But like, I also feel that being that everyone is sitting on their phones or sitting on the internet, they're actually like sitting there to listen to some of these offers, and some of these people also want to help, or they also want to get involved, or they also want to grow their network. And so these people are looking for avenues to try and grow themselves, and we can kind of help provide that along with, you know, it's a win-win for both of us. And so we were able to get some really awesome talent involved in the festival, and we do have more people hitting us up about future events, and you know, we hope that more people do and make more connections, and like, you know, when this is all over in the future, we'll be able to do more with a bigger network of people. And I mean, music wise for me, it's been very motivating to sit down, work on more music, producing wise, as well as downloading new music, going down different avenues. Facebook has been very, very challenging. The copywriting issues with Facebook is a huge hurdle. You can get around it, but it's not fun. I have to play a lot of remixes, and I have to mix really fast. And it's not to say that I can't do it, but it's, you know, it kind of kills the interactive part of the experience, which is what I feel like is what's so awesome about doing a live stream. And so, you know, been working around that. So it, you know, it is pushing me to learn to have to work around these things. And also, you know, what ways we can try and work around it so that my audience can enjoy the experience as well. And so yeah, I've definitely been expanding with music as well. And yeah, just trying to think of other things we can do, like the merch thing she covered. And I feel like that's been a huge one. And just, yeah, being creative.
You guys are awesome. I mean, but I asked you one question and you're answering the next questions right ahead of it. So gears over here. So you know why I'm switching gears? I will tell you, man, that weekend was awesome. I tuned in as much as possible, and it just so happens this is your guys' time, so I don't want to plug, you know, anything that I'm doing, but you know, we were busy really switching gears ourselves for our company, which is an advertising company, and you know, with everything we deal with a lot of real estate, and we had to switch gears and go, hey, people don't have the means right now in the real estate world to spend $500, $1,000, $3,000, $4,000 to have somebody else do their advertising. And that was us. So, you know, we didn't see like a huge churn monster where we lost a lot of clients, but we're not able to do our sales job from my team, which is the sales, which is call and pitch people and tell them why, you know, why we deserve to get paid to do their job for them. So, I mean, initially I sat there, we spent that whole weekend, we had all decided we're going to launch this coaching platform. We're going to launch this university that, you know, shows people, real estate agents, how to do what we do. And so we were booked for the whole weekend to sit on a Zoom, all our whole team. And I went like this, where you guys were doing it, I had it open on the other thing, and I had the guys opening it, and it really kind of just brought life, you know, into our stuff. So like Tisha was saying, she sat there for, you know, days on end. And when you're working with coding and SEO and websites and all these different things, I mean, we work with 20 different programs just to make some of the stuff we work. It was really, really fun to have, you know, you guys in the background, you know, Cody, yourself. I mean, a lot of the DJs that I know that I haven't talked to and stuff. I mean, even yourself, Cody, I said, what's up? And you're like, hey, man, do you remember me? You know, of course, you know, one of my favorite guys.
You meet a lot of new people.
You know, I saw that a lot of the artists that you had, when I reached out to some other artists, because I know you had a cancellation, I was trying to help fill that slot with some other artists. I had a lot of people like, oh, what is this? What is this? I'm sending them the links. I'm showing them the stuff.
That's awesome.
You know, you had some people that were from The Voice. You had some DJs that we know from West Palm. You had, you know, some people from all over. There really wasn't anything on there.
Yeah, Australia.
You can just sit and vibe to and listen. So it was really, really great. That kind of just leads to my next question, because Cody already answered what his question was. You know, dealing with Facebook's, you know, algorithm setup where they kind of pull you guys off whenever
Don't worry, I
that.
can talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I had a lot of my DJ friends, that I tried to plug into this and go, hey, reach out to them and get involved. If not now for this one, there's a time slot that needs filled, but, for the next one or the next time they do it, they were like, dude, how are they getting past this? And I said, well, that's probably why it keeps going off of Facebook is that copyright issue, which is just silly because it killed the interactive experience. The Twitch stream, that was awesome too. So kind of my next question was, with you guys being in Nashville, Nashville's known as the Music City, and, what you guys are doing to kind of keep the music alive is really, inspiring, I think. And what is the next thing that you guys are doing now? I've seen a couple of posts about, doing another one of these online, music festivals, if you will, like that. I saw a bartender thing, stuff like that. So, what are you guys really doing to keep the music alive?
Our next one we're gonna do just not many hours, but we're gonna kind of stretch it out over the week. So kind of whenever it works with anyone's schedule, we're not gonna put them on like such a time crunch this time. We're doing it to get attention at the first time, like the sticker value of us, doing 36 straight hours of music. We're gonna do replays, recaps of what we already did as well. So if someone missed it, they can rewatch it. And then again, with the bartenders, I just figured, you know what, I saw a couple of liquor companies doing it. So I have two that are getting involved where they're going to actually ship product to the bartenders. That way they can make their favorite cocktail at home and then tell, the viewers that are watching how to make it, what the ingredients are. That way they can kind of like have fun with it, but it's their personal cocktail. And that way they're going to get a big thank you, from the liquor company as well, just because obviously we know, me and you, Sarah, I'm sure, that you're constantly pushing a brand nonstop when you're bartending. Like if you're low on stock of something and then now you have to push vodka and it's raspberry lemonade, you're pushing that because they are telling you to. And it's like you kind of have no choice as a salesman, like as a bartender. So we kind of figured I think they know now that the liquor companies are really appreciating bartenders because of this. I feel like with all the big guilds that are giving back and the Fireball tip jar and me and you with Fireball, like they definitely owe me and you from Stage Bar with Fireball, I swear. But I mean, stuff like that is just really important, and I feel like that's kind of our next step is to incorporate bartenders. So kind of during breaks, instead of just having dead silence, we're gonna run bartenders doing their favorite cocktail and telling the viewers at home like what they can do to make their favorite one from their house.
Nice.
And also, I'll be doing a weekly live stream. As of right now, it's a live stream. We're gonna work on different outlets for it, just because. Like the Facebook thing and the Twitch thing, we're working through the channels, but we're trying to figure out what's the best way to put it out. Right now, it seems like Twitch will be the best road for now. But it's called 808s and Outbreak. And it's just a live stream series that I put together kind of like the first week we were really on lockdown. We decided to put something together just to start putting music out. I did a couple episodes on Facebook, which is on my Facebook Live. If you want to go watch it, it's on there. And I'll be doing them on Mondays. The plan is to eventually include, guest DJs, guest sets, and possibly some guest interviews, stuff like that, with, other artists. And, I have producer friends as well. And, like you said, Land of Music. So there are plenty of people that are interested in just trying to put out their music and content. So that's also another thing that I've been working on, what we've been working on together. And, yeah.
That's kind of another way we've adapted to with the copyright is like he produces his own original music, so they can't obviously ban him from that. So I feel like it pushes people to get more creative and make their own music because that's not going to get taken down. Yeah.
I mean, if I have any advice for DJs as far as live stream is concerned, it's so the algorithm catches a song usually within the first minute or so. You had what minute? Yeah, like 48 seconds or something like that. Like within the 40 to 50 second range. I imagine it's depending on, like if the song's super duper known, you know what I mean? Like it'll probably catch it really quickly. But my best advice would be to use edits. If you have a record pool, use remixes, but use remixes that aren't licensed, things that you can't look up on Spotify or, Apple Music, something that is exclusive to those record pools, or even SoundCloud, man. Use some remixes from SoundCloud, stuff like that. Like And if you want to one-up it, you can even give out some of those credits to some of the people that do produce and only post on SoundCloud, because those people are putting out music that are just, you know, they don't have all the rights to, and it's not easy to get those rights, so they just put them out just so that people can hear them. But on Facebook, you know, it's not really catching those tracks, so it gives you the ability to play songs that people know, and just, you know, with different versions, and it keeps your set kind of fresh, and it keeps your live stream going longer. Also, you know, maybe talking on the mic here and there. Cut the music and talk on the mic a little bit. Don't talk over the music. One, the audio is already not that great, so trying to talk over the music usually doesn't sound good anyway. And two, I feel like it also probably helps throw off the algorithms because you're cutting the actual music and you're speaking. And as far as audio, I mean, there are multiple audio interfaces. There's some you can even use with your phone. Definitely look into doing that, because it will definitely make all the difference. And you can like rip that audio. You know what I mean? You can record the audio from the video if you want to use it for, you know, a Mixcloud or something like that. So yeah.
Very good, very good. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit, even though you touched on it already. Was the tornado? Been a ton of them in Nashville, and I know that you had some involvement in getting some money for, you know, tornado relief and things like that. Do you have your own thing set up for that? Is something that, or just something you're involved with?
We have our own fundraiser for that. It's our tornado relief fund. It was actually just specifically directed for the industry fam. So because we know so many bartenders that work with us on the bar crawls personally, a lot from Big Shots downtown and Rebar in Midtown. They kind of are close to owners and the management and staff, and we've worked with them since day one that I've been here, and they've been astronomically like nice and just go out of their way. Like same with HQ Beercade. They're kind of like a vintage arcade bar, which is super awesome. And they're a franchise as well, but they kind of, I think, got hit the hardest with their staff, because they all lived in East Nashville. So a lot of the staff like just didn't have houses. So that really hit hard with us, because we knew we could connect the faces to the names for who didn't have a home anymore. So I felt the need to do that. So we have our own fund. Jake Hoot, which is on The Voice, he did our live stream for the 36 hours. He's donating all of his merchandise and downloads from Apple Music, iTunes, everything. That goes directly to the fund. And we're directly connected with them. That's hands-on Nashville, and they're amazing. And he's doing it for the next 90 days. So that directly goes to them, and we're funneling ours to that same fundraiser as well.
That's awesome, Jay Hoot, man. Good look.
He's so cool. And he has this song, it's called Tennessee Strong. That's the main one, and it's a whole video recap of him driving around and the devastation. Like, you can see everything, all the houses and stuff. So the video's on YouTube. I think it's almost to like 100K views right now. But any downloads from that song too is going directly to the fund.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was going to go into next. And again, you guys are awesome at answering my questions before I ask them. So, you know, we just keep going. During the 36 hours of music, like, you know, I donated a little bit. It's what I could. And you know, it doesn't seem like a lot to you guys, but I mean, look at Jay Hoot out here.
No, every little bit is a lot.
I'm just like super grateful. So
everybody that watched did $1. I mean, that would be enough. Like, to you,
it is 100%.
Watching this, you know, $5. Maybe they're looking at like, oh man, I could spare $5, but really it makes a difference, right? Because if enough people do that, you know, you're in. So where would be the best place to go if somebody's watching this and they go, hey, I'm a DJ, I'm a music artist, I want to give money to the tornado relief, I want to donate to the, you know, industry people, whatever it is, everything you guys are involved in, where's the best place for them to go to contact, donate, get in touch with you, get involved? Where would you send them to one place to be able to figure out?
I mean, one place would be my website, and all of our information from his podcast to how you can donate, every single thing, all of our EPKs for our DJs, everything is on the website. So that's what I would encourage everyone to do, and that's www.booth.life. There's no .com. That's the extension is life. So, I mean, that's where I would tell everybody to go to for sure. If they have any questions or if they want to get involved, to hit us up, and you can just click contact us in the corner.
Boom, and there you go. And then you can have it. I mean, I had some fun people reach out to me that used to be do with us. And,
Yeah, you
and
did, for sure.
we're like, hey, how do I get involved? I'm like, go here. So I wanted you to, give that plug and get that out there. And Tisha, you guys are doing an awesome job with everything. With all this stuff going on right now. I mean, you got a pandemic going on, you got a lockdown going on,
Wow.
you got the
We're living
There's
history right now.
tornadoes
It's
going
like
on.
so
you got
crazy.
tornadoes. I mean, you guys just keep getting hit with it right there, especially in the Nashville area. I mean, if you think you have it bad and you're watching this and you're in my area in Reno, or, you're outside of that area, think about, what they're getting. They got tornadoes on top of it, okay? So, this would be a great time to do that. So I have another cool question for you is, when this is all done, right? All said and done, and the world goes back to normal. And we talked about this. Cody touched on it. He said Tisha's got like a bajillion contacts, right? I know a few people myself. I've been thinking about this, and you did a lot of bar crawl stuff there in Nashville. You guys did that, and I know they do a lot out here in Reno, and I know they do a lot in West Palm, where we're all from.
It was actually number one.
Thinking, how cool would it be to set up, like, when this is all said and done and the world's like, okay, we can go outside and play again. You're off timeout.
Yeah, the timeout, yeah.
What would you think about doing like an entire, set this whole thing up with a date to come, but you do we could cover 3 cities right now. I could set it up here in Reno for you. You set it up in Nashville, and Cody set it up over in West Palm, or however it goes, but we could do more cities. We do a Booth Life sponsored national pub crawl.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
And we send some money from it. Obviously we got to pay some of the bills for getting it set up. But what if we set up these proceeds to go to, bartenders, tornado relief, bartenders and industry people, people that didn't get their jobs back. Say this is over, and, I know right here in my town, there's 2 bars that probably aren't going to open back up. And, I know quite a few people have, most of my core friend group here, they're not going to be able to go back to work. So they're still going to be looking to, what am I going to do? And, I thought that would be a cool thing. I don't think anybody's ever done that. Like a full nationwide 3-city, 4-city, 5-city, whatever, like a whole pub call through the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to I'm totally all for that, but I mean, there is another company that has done it, and I have much respect for them. They definitely kill it. And I think Reno is like the #1. So for bar crawls, like in the world. So I mean, definitely right up the alley that we work in. So I would love to do that with Reno in here. For sure. No questions asked. We've actually been working on that, Cody and I, even like Sahara getting her input as a bartender. It's kind of why I wanted to talk to them after this too. We have a huge announcement with that. We don't want to say it just yet. We have a really cool idea. We've came up with a pretty dope concept. So I feel like that's gonna really set the bar, and we would love to do it in your city as well as here too at the same day. Maybe even we can do some lives from the bar here to the bar there, just to kind of keep the same interaction as we were locked up. But I feel like that would be kind of cool. If maybe we put on the big live screen, so we kind of went from city to city like that. It'd be pretty awesome. But definitely stay tuned, because we're gonna announce that, and I'll definitely get you involved.
I knew you were
we've had plenty of time to think of ideas. I mean, wake up ideas, go to sleep with ideas, lots of time.
Yeah.
It's mostly just it, just sitting here coming up with ideas. I mean, that was just off the top of my head. I figured you guys had something coming, we don't want to blow this, but
We'll come visit you too, for sure, because I'm definitely going to Vegas. So that's happening.
Guys, that's kind of all I wanted to talk to you about today. I mean, we can sit on here and BS all you want. Talk about anything that didn't get brought up. I mean, I just like to ask those few core questions just so people get an idea. And my hope is that, somebody out there is watching this that's, in some type of industry, be it what you guys are in, that I was in forever, whether it's my industry, whether it's some other industry completely other, and here's something that one of us says, and it sparks an idea for them. And they go, why didn't I think of doing something like that? And that idea bails them out of, having to go and apply for a job when this is all said and done because they lost their business. You
Yeah,
know,
and I
and
mean, we would love to help too, like place bartenders. Like we know so many management here, so I mean, I feel like that would be huge. And I know that we can help with that. I mean, HQ, for instance, I was talking about them earlier. They did even any bartender that was affected from the tornado, they gave them a ship. So like they kept all the money immediately, even if they didn't work there. They came, they worked, they took the tips home like once a week. So I feel like even stuff like that is gonna happen. Like Nashville is awesome. I definitely think that will. And then the only other thing we didn't really talk about, we have a huge project coming up. Can't really say all the specifics, but it will be on a big major network. So I'm really excited, looking forward to that. So I feel like that's another way we've adapted to, and we're kind of going into the television route. So I'm pretty excited to announce that as well.
Yeah.
big things coming. Big things coming.
Yeah.
Big things coming.
We just gotta keep, we're eating ramen every day. Literally every single day, and just coffee and ramen, and we're good and trying to get through it. So
I feel like if you take anything away from these conversations, it should really just be that even though we're not out working, we are still working. Even though we're not out there getting paid, unfortunately, we're working towards when we can get paid again, and helping other people that aren't getting paid as well. So don't lose the motivation or the drive that you had before all this happened, because the world's going to keep moving. And even though everything's kind of on pause out there, it doesn't mean it's really on pause. You know what I mean? So there's going to be the people that come out strong, and then there's going to be the people that, took this time and didn't really do anything with it. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, we encourage you to do something with your time and try and grow and find those other avenues.
Yeah, that's kind of what the basis of my video yesterday was, I keep seeing a lot of these people posting, I'm bored, and I'm in the house.
I hate that one, dude. My favorite.
Like, how are you bored? I'm definitely not bored.
I'm taking this time to perfect what I do now and learn new stuff. And I mean, for you as a DJ, I would guess that you're taking the time to perfect your trade.
Man, I've been I do between like from watching videos to taking random courses online, working on my music, like I said, downloading music, talking to people, FaceTiming with other producers, talking to other vocalists. See, like now as an artist, especially if you're a musician, this is like, honestly, this break is almost a good thing. Like it sucks financially, but creatively, this is, I mean, imagine the amount of music that's going to come out at the end of this, like in a global, like, I don't even know the word for it right now. Yeah. But like, it's going to be insane. So I mean, if everyone's sitting at home, now's the time to hit up those singers and those musicians and those other creatives that are like, yeah, I want to make a song. Yeah, let's do something. Like, it's not hard these days. It's not hard to send music to each other. You can use things like Splice and stuff like that, or WeTransfer, send some files over, and it's just that easy. So, just, keep the drive.
Definitely. And that's mostly what I've been trying to tell people is, perfect your trade, perfect whatever it is you're doing, find something to do your time instead of just sitting watching a Netflix show and posting your board. I mean, even if you're watching something that we're doing, it could inspire you to do something. Whereas I don't see where, watching all 5 seasons of Ozark is going to inspire you to do anything that's going to help. I love the show, but
don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong. I love the show.
But I mean, I still think it's new stuff.
I mean, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I
just binge watch it and get it out of the way, so then I can't watch it anymore.
I don't mean
say don't take time for yourself and take it, relax and watch TV for sure.
But it almost helps scheduling your day. Like that's a big thing that I think I've watched Tisha do. That's really helped me out with my structure as well. Is just scheduling your day is a big thing. It's like you wake up without a schedule, and it's really easy to be like, oh, well, I'll just do that later, or I'll get that done later. But you wake up and you schedule things and you do things when you say you have to get them done. You'd be surprised how much of your day is actually taken up with doing things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have to schedule my day from, sometimes 5 a.m. West Coast time, because we have East Coast clients, we have, Central clients. So I keep my day pretty well scheduled. When you're just at home the whole time, like, you know, it's hard to, you know, stay on that schedule. And I advise, even if you don't want to do it on the computer, like take a notebook. I have a scheduler calendar over here, like schedule out blocks of time where you're going to do something. You know, I'm going to call people and network. I'm going to, you know, I have a whole hour call block for myself that's just call and network. It doesn't matter who it is, just call and network. Keep those relationships that you had when you were, you know, able to leave and be out and do business. Those shouldn't die off. And 3 months go by and now you're calling them out of the blue and everything opens. You know, keep your name in their mind.
Yeah. I have appointments scheduled. I know, like, with National Underground, I check in every single Tuesday with them. We have a college night that we do every Thursday, and it was our first night, and it was great because we're like, oh, the SEC is in town. It's playing at Bridgestone. You know, I'm like, what could be better than to launch a college night while the, you know, college championships are literally happening steps from the venue. So, I mean, that was our first night. It was right after the tornado hit. No one really was going outside, and it was the last night that everyone went out before we got on lockdown. So we had one night, that was it, and I've been in contact with them every single week. So I check in with them on Tuesdays. I check in with our big network that we're doing the TV show with every Monday morning at 10 a.m. We set our alarm clocks. Like, that's when we call in. We do conference calls. I'm responsible for giving them the update of what's going on in Nashville. They are calling in from Atlanta and Alabama, Florida, and Texas. So then they tell us what's going on in their state. So we have it all kind of scheduled and we're up to date. And it's pretty cool. I've kept in contact with every single one of the venues we do bar calls with on a weekly basis. So, I mean, I definitely agree with you on that. I feel like you can't just come knocking because, you know, right when we're back open, because it's just, I feel like everything's gonna be just slammed. Like, literally.
It's gonna be insane.
That's why we're trying to prepare our bar call as soon as possible. We want to get it out. We just can't post on Facebook like the event out because they're still flagging events. Even if it's an online event, Facebook is flagging it and saying, okay, maybe you have 300 RSVPs that click going on the event. And they're flagging it because they think that it may actually happen with that many people in person. Like a public event. So you can't even, like, we couldn't even promote like the online music festival. I kept getting flagged. And they think that it's live. And it's like, no, it's online. I say online all of it. But obviously they haven't perfected the algorithm to catch that yet. So it's kind of hard to even promote what we're doing until we know a date of when things are going to be open though.
Yeah, so we dealt with that as well on our side, you know, putting up events for, you know, switching gears for our clients, you know, that are realtors and going, you know, before I was showing them how to do, you know, event pages and drive traffic to your house or something like that. And we had to switch and go, hey, drive traffic to your virtual open house. You know, I even got grounded from Facebook for 3 days and I was like, oh, now what do I do? Yeah.
And it's so weird. Like, I have a really good friend that they had a sale going through with a hotel, and that completely went through. It didn't happen because of this. So it's just wild, like, how many people are affected. Like, so many. Like, it's so wild. Like, and the hotel's not even open, but it was about to be sold. The sale just didn't go through because of this.
Head in the water.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy, like you said, with the virtual, like pivoting to a virtual platform. That's another thing. It's like it's a pretty big challenge pivoting platforms in general. Like, I mean, as a DJ or trying to do an online event or trying to do like the chat rooms that you're doing, you're introducing all this technology to people that really didn't have a clue about it before. And some of them are open to learning it and some of them just aren't. It's just the reality of it. So unfortunately, you know, like you could have a following base that's huge and lose half of it because they don't even want to download an app. Or
especially here in the South and in the country. I mean, you have people that have farms, artists, and they're like, no, I'm not getting on the internet. I don't have the internet out here.
I just play guitar in front of people. That's it. Like, I don't do anything else.
So it's hard. It's hard.
I've talked to huge teams that, you know, refuse to, you know, go on video and I mean, I've been coaching this for, you know, over a year before any of this happened, that, hey, you guys got to start doing video. You got to start doing video. You got to start doing video. And now all of a sudden, you know, it's coming out of the woodworks that
everybody. What was that video stuff you were talking about?
I get those phone calls. Hey, Josh, so remember when you were talking about how I should do a thing? And I'm like, yeah, you should have done it a year ago.
Now,
I'm
Because-
guilty of that. I
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
hit
no,
you up and asked.
we're a little guilty too, the whole thing. I mean,
guilty
I could have
for
done
sure.
live stream sets
Yeah.
forever ago or more podcasts and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but you know, you live it and you learn.
Yep.
That's why we
I mean,
try
I
to
got-
adapt as quick as possible.
I got put on blast from our own client base because I was coaching all this stuff back, October, probably even before that. We do what I call the 30-day challenge, and it helps in a lot of different aspects for people. No matter what business you're in, honestly.
Yeah.
If you post a video every day, you're going to do a video every day for 30 days, and then you go back and you watch day 1, day 2, day 3, and then watch day 27, 28, 29. And see the difference in your video and how you feel. And I had clients doing it, and their feedback to me was, man, Josh, thank you for pushing me to do that, because not only do I now feel more comfortable on video, but I feel more confident in everything that I'm doing, whether I'm calling up a client or I'm calling up a potential client, or, I'm sitting at Starbucks and I hear somebody talk about, oh, I sure would like to buy a house. I'm just not sure where, and I can't find the right one. I had clients telling me they felt comfortable getting up, walking over there, introducing themselves, saying, here's my card, and I'd like to be the one to find you the home, all because of a 30-day challenge. Well, I started mine in like January because they called me out and were like, well, where's your 30-day challenge, Josh? And I was like, well, I mean, I've kind of done this a lot. So, I didn't need it. I started doing it, and what I found is now, if I have a really busy day, I sit down for dinner and I'm like, oh, I haven't done a video today. I got to do something. I got to go do my video. It becomes a habit. And so I think this is really good, especially like, Cody, you said you could have been doing this. I feel that, I bet that you're going to do this more even when this is over.
Oh, for sure. And you to even go on your point is, for a long time, I've been pretty vocal on my Instagram. Instagram is probably where I spend the most time as far as social media is concerned. And, I used to talk a lot on Instagram about random things. I'd have I just do walk to the gym, and I would do like a video from my walk to the gym, and I would just spit some knowledge that I felt was appropriate for that day or whatever. But what you realize really quickly is the amount of content that's actually reaching people. Like, because when you bump into them and they say that what you put on your Instagram was funny, or that video was funny, or like, oh, dude, what you said the other day, like, I totally felt that. And you don't really realize how many people you're actually reaching with these platforms until you start consistently doing it. And then I'm like, wow, like, okay, people are actually watching this. Like, people actually listen to what I say. Like, whatever stupid thing I said, like, they actually were like, dude, I heard you. So, yeah, definitely it's just, being consistent, and you definitely, like, it definitely helps you build. But, yeah, I'm going to use all of this as a giant learning experience for sure.
I would completely agree with you on that. When I first started doing like more, a video every day, it was like my second post that I had done. And I went out, it was like a Friday night. I go out to go meet up with some friends, have a drink. And I had this lady walk up to me. I've never seen her before, never talked to her, anything. Walk up to me and be like, Josh, how are you? And I'm like, hey.
Whoa.
And she's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I know you probably don't know me, but you did a video, today about, stepping up your game and taking control of your life. I don't even remember what I talked about in the video, but she said she was like fully inspired by it. And, thank you so much for like doing something like that and pushing that out there. And the whole time I was sitting here going, I doubt anybody's even watching this,
Yeah.
that nobody's looking at this. Who cares what I have to say? Most people know me as the crazy guy behind the bar. So, you want me to listen to that guy who gets on the stage with the DJ and puts sparklers in his mouth? Okay.
Yeah, man.
I was really
it's like meant to be. This actually happened on a Friday for us, I feel like.
right.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy how many people will watch the stuff and actually, they might not like it. They might not comment on it. They might not ever say anything to you, but to have a random person walk up to you and compliment you even, and say thank you. And you realize that, man, if that person is watching, who else might be watching that So I think it's really great that you guys are doing what you're doing. And, I'm really excited to, see what comes next out of you guys, what the new stuff is, what the secret thing is. Your time so
we
much.
can tell you after the video's over.
Oh yeah, you'll like it.
I'll keep it a secret.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wrap it up for now. We got a whole bunch of content for everybody to watch. I don't know if this went live on Facebook or not, because again,
I didn't see it, but I didn't
It's
check
alright,
after
you can
the.
watch
Or,
it.
yeah, but
we'll just post the recording. We'll just post the recording. They can watch it.
Yeah,
from there.
yeah.
That's kind of why we wanted to do the whole 36 hours of straight music too, and just let people know no matter what, if they clicked on it for 2 minutes or if they clicked on it for a whole hour set, we just wanted them to know there's still hope. And we joked, like, just laughing at how many text messages we would get from bar owners like, your gig is canceled, the DJ is canceled, this event is no longer happening, it's canceled. So it's kind of where we came up with the idea of hope isn't canceled, and that's what we wanted to get across.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was catchy because I sent out something canceling April Fool's Day. So, if everything,
Yeah.
at least
saw
hope
that.
wasn't canceled, and it was awesome. I'm excited to see a new one. I'm excited for the next thing that you guys do. You can count on me for, following and sharing anytime you
I
guys
know
have.
you always do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your day. I'm going to get back to mine, and I really appreciate your time. I'm going to put some links on here as well, so that everybody can, go and check those out. Get involved. Everybody out there, get involved as much as you can, even if it's $1. It really does help. It can get spread around. So I really,
even if it's not money, a share. Like
Yeah,
the share is way bigger than you think it is. So.
Exactly. So I'm going to wrap it up. Tisha, Cody,
Thank you.
Booth Life. I'm Josh from Be Known. Tune in for the next one. Okay, you guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Take it easy.